My first day of working here. For our appointments, we had appointment books. And I remember Rabbi Feldman had one. His life was in it. He could not find it. And we thought, where could it be? Where could it be? Maybe by accident, it fell off his desk into the trash. I was elected to go in the dumpster. So I went dumpster diving for Rabbi Feldman's calendar, and I found it.
I've worked with Sybil for over a quarter of a century. It's hard to believe. And I have seen Sybil do anything and everything to make this show work.
Started off doing bookkeeping, and I thought perhaps I would stay for a year or 2 or 3. Where can you get a job that you are working for God? So I stayed. And now, the day after the dinner, will have been my 28th year at Beth Jacob.
Sybil was an important cog in the congregation. She came in when I retired. I always tease her and say, I knew I could retire because you were going to be over here and taking charge.
When you're working at the shul, it's very different than any other work environment. When you wake up in the morning, you may have a plan, and that could be totally thrown out by what's going on in the life cycles of people who are members here. So she handled that with incredible grace and skill, and was never terrified by it like I was.
She was a tremendous force in the growth of the shul.
I'm most proud of the Kiddush Committee, which I started a number of years ago. It is the only committee that meets every single week, once a week, and does a benefit for the shul. They set up the Kiddush.
Sybil is the one that got this nice group together, and we look forward to doing this every Thursday. Set up the tables and make it look good.
Every Shabbos we prepare peppers, carrots, cucumbers,
cookies and cakes to put together on the platters. I think it's a wonderful mitzvah, and I enjoy doing it. Thanks to Sybil, who started all this.
Yeah, I think that was one of my biggest accomplishments, and I absolutely loved it. Hannah Shapiro was a perfect partner to work with over these years. I knew she was coming in to see Rabbi Feldman to talk about a job as program director.
The very first day, we had never met before, and I had an idea of her as sort of looking like a soccer mom.
I was expecting Hannah to walk in a black power suit with very high heels.
You know, perfect hair, blonde, certainly blonde.
Maybe a little hat.
The person that I met on the first day of work was extremely Hamish, a redhead.
And that day, a person walked in to the office in a green long dress,
very sweet and helpful,
orange socks, and wild red hair. I knew right then and there Hannah and I would be good friends.
That was the beginning of a really great relationship, a great professional relationship.
Every kind of need that the show ever provides, Sybil's done it.
I think I did every job here except the rabbi's job.
She's been the manager of Heritage Hall. She's been interim executive director. She's dealt with finances, bill collectors, irate members. It's hard for anybody who's been around the shul for even a few years to separate Sybil and the shul.
I have known Sybil since I started working here.
And she came in and she was so sweet, and I said to a co-worker, she's never gonna make it.
She loves this shul with all of her heart, and everything she has done here was to help the shul in any way she could.
She was the person who enrolled me as a member in the shul.
I really love Beth Jacob. I love what it stands for. It wasn't just a job to me, it was watching Jews grow. This was my life for 28 years. But I'm going into a different phase of my life, and it's fun.
She did a wise thing. She saved some of her energy and time to be able to enjoy her family and her grandchildren and life itself. And we want her to have tremendous pleasure in her years after Beth Jacob.
Thank you for your hard work and dedication.
I will still be part of this family.